Hi there, welcome. It's been a while. I promised to make this video 2 weeks ago, but then I started to feel unwell. As you might know, I've been struggling with burnout and fatigue lately, so I'm kind of giving myself permission to not being able to follow up my plans, and it's okay. Speaking of which, it all comes down to self-acceptance and letting go of judgment. And today I would like to share with you a practice that might help you to let go of your judgment towards yourself and help you and guide you through a practice that helps you to integrate the part of yourselves that you are finding difficult to accept. And when we judge ourselves, we also judge other people. Unknowingly, we project a part of ourselves onto other people, believing that they are doing something wrong, they are doing something unacceptable. And this creates a lot of conflict in our daily life, makes our relationships painful, and it almost makes you feel like you cannot be happy with yourself, with anyone, and it's a very exhausting way of living. I have worked with myself a lot. I've discovered that I have a lot of self-judgment. And one of the things that really helped me was to look at this from a different perspective. That often when we are not able to accept certain things about ourselves, we often think that we have to fix something. And that's simply not true. And when you engage in fixing yourself, perfecting yourself, you are actually doing this from a place of judgment, from a place of unacceptance. And judgment and acceptance cannot coexist. So you have to let go judgment if you truly want to experience acceptance. And when you are able to accept all of you as a whole person, then you will be able to accept other people, accept the world, accept the universe. And one of the things that I want you to consider during this practice is that no human being is good or evil. Goodness and evil, good and evil, they both exist, every one of us. And often, out of self-righteousness, we want to deny the fact that we have bad thoughts, we have jealousy, we have, evil thoughts about other people. And we want to deny that part of ourselves, and instead we put that on other people in the society and then start to criticize them, start to judge them. But once we accept that no one is pure good or pure evil, it's just being human being. It's that both good and bad is part of who we are. We are all capable of thinking good thought and thinking bad thought. And that's just a proof that we're all capable of feeling jealousy, for example. We're all capable of backbiting. We have done that. But then there's this part of ourselves that want to be self-righteous, and that we deny the fact that we backbite it. We instead want to call it something else. Right? So these kind of like simple practices, just accepting that you feel jealous, that accepting that you want to backbite about someone, instead of saying it like you're doing something evil, say that it's human to feel this way. So today I just want to invite you to kind of think about this while we are doing the practice. And it's very simple practice, but towards the end I'm going to ask you to write down some of the thoughts that come up during the practice. So make sure that you have a pen and paper ready and put it beside you. You can pause the video and go and find yourself pen and paper. And then you can find yourself a comfortable position to do this practice with me today. And make sure that you are not disturbed during this practice. Take this time truly for yourself. Be present for yourself. And do this practice as often as you can, because integrating your shadow, like this is part of a shadow work, right? A shadow is just a fancy word for the part of yourself that you cannot accept. And in order to integrate this part of ourselves, we have to be very conscious. We have to be aware of our behavior, our thoughts, our feelings. And it takes some time, because it kind of, you spend a lifetime to suppress the part of yourself. So it takes time to dig that up and to integrate into who you are today. So be patient with yourself and do this practice as often as you can. And also, if you have children, do this practice with them or teach them. And just be aware of your behavior, of how you speak to other people. Are you judging them, or can you let go of the judgment? And what happens when you truly let go of your judgment? How does your relationship with other people improves through this practice? Because I promise you it will improve. So, okay, so let's get into it. So find yourself a comfortable position then. Gently close your eyes. Let's just start with connecting with our breath for a moment. Let's take slow and deep breath in. And slow and deep breath out. Just breathing slowly helps us to calm down and connect with the present moment. So slow and deep breath in. And slow and deep breath out. One more time. Slow and deep breath in. And slow and deep breath out. Beautiful. Let go of the breath now. Let it go. Now turn your attention inward. And I want you to take a moment to think about, what do you believe about being a good person? What was taught to you about being a good person? What are the qualities of a good person? Now you probably come up with a list. Now, how do you use this list to judge both yourself and other people? According to your list, are you a good person? What about the people in your life? Are they a good person? And lastly, think about how does having this list affecting your relationship with yourself and with other people? Is it making it easier to connect with other people? Or is it making it more difficult? Do people in your life complain because you criticize a lot? Because you want to correct them all the time? What about yourself? Does this list causing anxiety within you, making you feel that you're not being good enough? What about other beliefs like women should be like this, men should be like this, children should be like this? Government should be like this, country should be like this, or culture should be like this, and anything that is not like this is wrong. It ought to be corrected, reformed, or reshaped. Take a moment to think about those beliefs. And while you're at it, think about, where did you learn to judge in this way? Who taught you that things should be in a certain way, or else it's wrong? Who judged you when you were younger? Who criticized you? Who tried to shape you, form you, so that you can fit into their expectations? Who put the condition for you to receive love from them? Who asked you to be a good girl or a good boy? Whom did you try to impress so that they might love you? Well, these questions are pretty emotional questions, so if you feel like you are tearing up or want to cry, feel free to do so. It's just part of the process. And my last question is, today, the person you are, what do you believe about yourself? Are there things that you tell yourself that you shouldn't be doing? Certain clothes that you shouldn't be wearing? Certain places that you shouldn't be going? Certain things that you shouldn't be doing? What are you ashamed of? What would be shameful if you did something? What are the things that you tell yourself that, oh, doing this would be shameful, or doing that would be shameful? The things that you don't do because you're scared that other people might judge you. Now, gently open your eyes and take your pen and paper. Write down your answer to my last question. The things that you don't do because it's embarrassing, because it's unacceptable. But my question is, according to who? Who makes the rule? Why was it not acceptable? I'm pretty sure that the things that you don't allow yourself to do is not illegal. And most of the time, we are holding ourselves back because we are self-righteous, like I said in the beginning, that we want to believe that we are good people. And that we have a list. And we want to check everything on that list so that we make sure that we are good people. However, allowing yourself to have fun, allowing yourself to do certain things, behave in a certain way, be yourself, speak your mind, make a statement, it doesn't make you a bad person. Rebelling against societal rules doesn't make you a bad person. The more you conform, I want you to think about whose rule are you conforming to, and why are you conforming? The obvious answer is that you want to be accepted. But by who? You want to be accepted by a society who doesn't even accept itself? You want to be accepted by a bunch of people who is still struggling to accept themselves? If you are scared that other people might judge you, I want you to remember this. Just like you, everyone learned to judge through their parents, through their upbringings. And everyone who judged other people also judged themselves more harshly. And they are fighting with their own demons. So you don't have to concern yourself by who might judge you. Knowing this, you can let that go. And it's not so scary to be yourself, to allow yourself to show up in a way that represents all of you. Not just the good part, but also the bad part, the messy part. Not just a calm part of you, but also the playful part of you. So we have to allow ourselves to break out this chain that was put on us by someone else so that they can have more control over us. It's within your right to say that I don't want to be controlled anymore. If this is what it takes for you to love me, then I'm okay not to be loved. Because it's not about other people loving you, it's about you loving yourself. And I want you to explore what that means for you. I hope that you found today's practice meaningful. And thank you for being patient. Thank you for joining me today. Take care of yourself, and I will see you soon.